Yay Media Group.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Szabo, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Lacey G.
And Amy's still not here. She's still on vacation.
She's still on that cruise.
That is a long cruise, Amy.
Yeah,
Goodness.
we miss you, girl. I did try to see if she had any predictions that she wanted to share, but I don't think that she has
service.
Thank you, service on the cruise. Because I know that she likes me. I don't think like she's ignoring
She's not ignoring
me.
you.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, I don't have service.
But I did try to reach out to her so we could have some predictions from her. But we're just going to have to power on through without you. But she'll be back soon. And we love you and miss you, Amy.
We'll make her proud with our predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make a bingo board for 2025 on predictions that we think are going to happen to Taylor in 2025.
In the world of Taylor Swift.
We're just guessing.
Yeah.
Some are going to be hopeful predictions that we know aren't going to happen. Some are going to be things that we are 100% certain will happen. It's just going to be all over the place. And then at the end of the year, we can look back on the year of Taylor and we can see who was right, who was wrong, see if we get a bingo on it, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to have 24 predictions total. I'm guessing some of us are going to have very similar or the same guesses for certain things. So we each have several that we're going to present to the group, and we'll put it on our bingo board. And we will, correct me if I'm wrong, and I hope we can do this, put this on our social media, and we can just follow along as something happens. Everyone, all of our listeners can help us.
Yeah.
When they see something, one of these things happen, let us know that we can cross something off of our bingo board this year.
Definitely. I think there is a way to like pin a post on your Instagram page so we can like pin it and then kind of just like refer back to it and cross things off and stuff. So
yeah,
it'll be a fun little game throughout the year since our surprise song game is over.
Well, yeah.
Oh, do we get... I just had an idea.
A loser?
Yes. Well, Amy's automatically going to lose because she's definitely not getting any right. But do we at least between the three of us
within the game
keep track of who made each prediction?
Yeah.
And then
who
just
gets the most
figure
right.
out who gets the most right.
Yeah, why not? Let's make it competitive.
Okay. So whoever gets it wrong has a punishment at the end of the year?
No. I'm tired of being punished. I was going to say I want to have fun with this and not have to do another damn punishment just because I suck at this. I've got some really good guesses.
Lacey, you're going to win this year.
What if for this game the winner gets a prize instead of the loser getting a punishment? Since Amy's not here, we don't want to punish her, you know.
Well, she would just be out of the running for anything.
Okay.
I don't know if that's fair or not, but
if only she were here to argue.
It's okay. I think I'm angry enough for the both of us.
I'm fine with a prize.
A prize?
Prizes are great.
Yeah, maybe we just think of some sort of prize for the winner.
Okay.
I'm just tired of losing. I still have 2 that I have to settle up on this year.
Yeah, you have to make a speech about why the Eras Tour was so important because you lost this last round, the final U.S. leg of the Eras Tour Surprise Song Challenge. And then also you can't listen to Reputation, Taylor's version, until Anna and I listen to it. Isn't that what it was?
I forgot about
vault
that.
tracks.
Yeah, the vault tracks.
The vault tracks.
The vault tracks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, thank you for reminding us all about that because I forgot about that.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay, well, Nick, do you want to kick it off?
Sure, I'll make a bold prediction. Well, I feel like there's probably a prediction that we all have. Should we just say one that we all think we have written down at the same time? Because I think I have one that y'all would guess. Maybe not.
I don't know. I feel like mine are a little unique.
Okay. Unique New York. So, okay, fine.
Am I supposed to guess? Like if we have the same thing? If we think we could possibly have the same thing?
Lacey, if you have anything on your board, it has to be this. You want to say something on the same time that I'm thinking?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Announce a
Reputation.
tour for 2026.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say she's gonna announce a tour for 2026.
Okay.
Even if it's gonna be late in 2026. Possibly Loverfest. It might have a different name, but if she's going back and correcting her timeline, then
Okay.
Loverfest is something that she had planned that got taken away from her.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
we would love to see it.
Yeah.
would
And I
love
mean,
to
there
see
might
it.
be more to it, and it might have a different name, but still something like that. I'm sorry. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No, it's fine.
You said, Nick, you said Reputation.
And I
Taylor's
said I
version?
think she's going to announce Reputation Taylor's version.
Okay.
Announce Reputation Taylor's
Oh,
version.
not release per se.
Not release it.
Let me make a
Because
note.
that gives me all the way up till New Year's Eve
Yeah.
when she could make an announcement
Yeah.
of Reputation Taylor's version. Now, Anna, what would
Yeah.
your first entry be on our bingo board?
My first entry, of course, I was thinking, debut Taylor's version, but specifically a reveal of the track list and I'd Lie would be on it. So my first entry is that I'd Lie, Taylor's version, will be announced as a track on debut Taylor's version.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I love
That's
it.
a good one.
I know, bold.
All right. So my next guess is I believe that she is going to make her red carpet debut with Travis at the Met Gala,
Okay.
which is in May, the first Monday in May, May 5th in New York City. So that's where I think they're going to make it a fish.
Okay, so I had something similar,
Okay.
but it wasn't as specific. But I said Taylor and Travis would attend a fashion show. But the Met Gala is not a fashion show. The Met Gala
Yeah,
is
they
a
could go to
fundraiser.
Fashion Week, a different thing.
Because I was thinking they would be like at a because Travis is super into fashion.
Sit
Taylor,
front row.
Yeah, so I feel like they would be front row at a fashion show.
Yeah, I think those can be two
Can I
different
add that
things.
in separately?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Lacey, what's another one that you're going to predict?
I think that Taylor Swift is going to start a record label.
Wow.
She's bringing her friends to the summit. Maybe even the record label would be called The Summit.
That's really good. I could totally see that happening. Even if not this year, at some point, I could see that happening. That's really good, Lacey. I would like to add to our bingo board something that I have been vocalizing on the podcast for months. A docuseries called Taylor's Version.
Okay. Now, are you going to get a point if it's not called Taylor's version?
I think more so, I'm thinking what I want to put is like a docuseries about the re-recording process. Because I do think that there's going to be like a documentary about the Eras tour, but I think separately a docuseries or documentary about specifically the re-recording process. If that's all encompassing with a tour element, then I would like to count it. But I'm thinking specifically about re-recording, and I'm just calling it Taylor's version.
I love that.
Okay.
See, I also wrote down that she's going to have an Eras Tour documentary.
Okay.
So are those two separate things?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Great. Love it.
I want to guess that she is going to reveal that she is directing something, possibly the movie that she's got coming up, on characters in her music. Possibly the Rebecca Harkness story, possibly Clara Bow, maybe the Teenage Love Triangle. Danielle Cornwell in our Lobster Lounge, which is our exclusive social media platform that's just for our listeners. You can join us there at station.page/13. It's absolutely free, and we do have a lot of fun giveaways coming up. But in the meantime, we're just chatting in the community and sharing theories. Danielle Cornwell said she expects at least a title and possibly a cast announcement for this movie that we know that Taylor's doing at some point.
Sure.
And in recent posts, I think it was for Taylor Swift's birthday, she had everything that they were releasing was Taylor directing something. So I think that was definitely a hint at don't forget that she's directing. Don't forget that she has other projects going on.
Yeah, along the same lines, I had written that we would learn more about the movie that she's directing. Not as specific, but I had written just down learn more about the movie she's directing.
Yeah, I had something very generic.
Generic.
Also. I just said we're going to know the title of what it is. So I don't know how all those lump together.
Did we want to make that one square or two separate squares?
I say one. We all get points.
Yeah.
I get more.
See, I'd say make it more generic so that we're more likely to get a point. Because I don't know, like if they just released a title, I don't think you'd get a point if it's not specifically about the characters in her music, you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what if
but
we
I
just
want bold predictions?
Okay. Then we can make it 2 separate ones.
then I'll make it a separate square.
Yeah. I'm just going to say we're going to know the title. And then Lacey, it's specifically about her music characters.
Okie dokie. Something else that I had on my bingo board would be that Taylor and our close personal friend Nikki Glaser would meet
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
sometime this year. I mean, she was already on Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity, which was hosted by Travis. She's going to host the Golden Globes coming up here in a little bit. So I think Nikki Glaser is getting one step closer and closer to meeting Taylor herself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so I am going to make the bold prediction. Taylor's once again going to shake things up in the entertainment industry, and I think Taylor is going to start planning. It's not going to be done. We're going to start planning a new online ticketing system.
Yeah.
I
For
have that as
concerts.
well.
So I don't think it's going to be done. I think we're just going to have an announcement that says Taylor and XYZ other artists are going to come together to start a new ticketing
Yeah.
platform.
And I think that also would make perfect sense if we were to learn about that along with a tour announcement like Lacey
Oh,
was
very
saying.
true.
You know, like I feel like that is a good timeline. So I'm putting both Nick and Lacey for that because the truth is I didn't have that on mine. I
Yeah.
could lie about it and say that I did, but I did not.
I said possibly make her own Ticketmaster to prevent scalpers and resell, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same
Um,
idea.
But I did put change the way her fans buy tickets just
That'd be
because
great.
it has gotten ridiculous. I think she's going to wear curly hair to the Grammys to tease debut. Fans think debut will be announced. This is not my prediction, but they think debut could possibly be announced on National Butterfly Day, which is March 14th. And it's also a blood moon. But I think we're getting close to our debut era. And I think she's going to wear her old school curly hair
I love
to the
that.
Grammys.
That'd be great.
And a nod.
I would love to see that as a curly haired girly.
And just real quick, I thought this was too funny not to share. This is what happened when Taylor Swift entered the room at the 2024 Grammys. And it's just hilarious to me. Trevor Noah was hosting, and this is what he said as Taylor Swift made an entrance.
You can tell that Taylor Swift is here. Yeah, well, there she is. Look at this, look at this. I say the names, and they pop out. Taylor Swift, everybody. Are you seeing what's happening right now? As Taylor Swift moves through the room, the local economy around those tables improves. Lionel Richie, now Lionel Wealthy. By the way, can I just say something before we move on? Can I just say, I think it is so unfair how NFL fans have been complaining about the cameras cutting to Taylor Swift, right? Like she's controlling the cameras at the games, right? Like, just let her live, let her live. In fact, tonight on Taylor's behalf, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give her a break. Every time they mention Taylor Swift, I'm gonna get revenge. Every time someone says Taylor Swift, I'm gonna cut the cameras to someone who played football. That's what I'll do. Cut! Bam! Just like that. You like that, Terry Crews? You better fix your face, Terry. Yeah, we watching you all night, Terry. No relaxing for you. Do you work for the CIA, Terry? Huh? I can read lips, Terry. You better watch what you say.
He's a great host.
And also, we can't forget this very iconic moment that happened at the 2024 Grammys when Taylor won Best Pop Vocal Album.
Okay, this is my 13th Grammy, which is my lucky number. I don't know if I've ever told you that. I want to say thank you to the members of the Recording Academy for voting this way, but I know that the way that the Recording Academy voted is a direct reflection of the passion of the fans. So I want to say thank you to the fans by telling you a secret that I've been keeping from you for the last 2 years, which is that my brand new album Comes out April 19th. It's called The Tortured Poets Department. I'm going to go and post the cover right now backstage. Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
You think she was the person that actually hit post on her, or was it tree?
I remember thinking about that when that was happening. Could you imagine being the person whose sole job is to hit post? Like, it's like this big red button.
That's so scary.
You know? That's so terrifying. Oh my God, what a moment in history. And remember, I was wearing my Reputation t-shirt when that was happening. We all thought that she was going to announce Reputation. And it's also funny to think about how we all struggled with saying the Tortured Poets Department.
We did.
Like, we could not say it properly when we first got it. And now it's like my most listened to album.
What was it? Dead Poets Society is what we all kept trying to say. Dead Poets.
Dead Poets Department.
Dead Poets Department.
Like Tortured Poets Society.
And now it's
The Tortured
so
Poets
easy
Department.
to say Tortured Poets.
Tortured Poets, TTPD, so easy.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. Get ready. I think that Taylor Swift is going to announce an engagement
Oh, okay.
to Mr. Kelsey. An engagement is on the horizon for 2025. Not necessarily a wedding, just announce an engagement. Do you all think that's a possibility, or do you think they'd wait a little longer?
I don't know.
Would they even announce it, or they just announce we're married?
I don't know. I've thought about that too. Like, part of me wonders if they're already engaged and we just don't know.
Could be.
Part of me wonders if they would really just keep it completely under wraps for a long time. Like, I don't know. I've thought about that too. But I could see her wanting to share it, especially if she's writing new music inspired by this like relationship in this phase in her life. I feel like it would make sense to announce it. But again, that just goes, it's totally up to her and him.
Yeah.
But mostly her.
Okay, who else has a prediction?
I have one. Okay, so this is like random, but you know how Taylor gets a lot of Tay praise from people in the industry?
We call it Tays. She gets a lot of Tays. I don't know.
We call it Tay praise.
Oh, Tay praise?
Tay praise. Yeah, she gets praise from people. Tay praise.
Okay.
She gets a lot of Tay praise.
I didn't know that.
From people. I don't think it's like, okay. Tay praise from people in the industry. People like to just randomly talk about what it's like to meet her or work with her or like whatever. I think there's going to be a Taylor Swift name drop from Meryl Streep.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why. I just think that'd be a fun
Oddly specific.
Oddly specific, but I think fun for a bingo board. Because if that were to happen, we'd all be like, oh my God, that's crazy.
And you know what? That's not too crazy because Meryl Streep is in Only Murderers in the Building alongside Taylor's best friend, Selena Gomez.
Yes.
Selena Gomez just got engaged. Maybe they'll both be at the wedding this year. And Meryl Streep in an interview will say, I was at the same table with Taylor Swift. Wouldn't that be cool?
That could happen, and then I would get a point.
You would get a point. Congratulations.
Thank you for seeing the vision.
Lacey, any bold predictions?
Yes. I think Taylor is still correcting the timeline, righting wrongs, and something that I think she's going to fix. She's going to release enough new music on Rep or Karma or Double Album to get it nominated for the Grammys for 2026 and finally win and right this moment from the Miss Americana documentary.
You are not nominated.
Okay, it's this is good. This is fine. You know what? Like, this is fine. I just need to make a better record.
Well, Reputation is a great record.
No, I'm making a better record.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy to hear her say she needs to make a better record?
That's
Reputation is a work of art.
Yeah.
Reputation is great.
And it's also crazy because I feel like across Taylor's discography, it's the album that the more that time passes, the more people appreciate it.
Sure.
I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think she's going to release enough new music that it's going to qualify and she will get her Grammy.
Okay, I'm going to make this bold prediction. I'm going to stay in the relationship area. I believe that Travis Kelce is going to retire from football and he's going to move in with Taylor in NYC because he's kind of been hinting at retirement lately. So I think he's going to retire and they'll move in together.
I think that's interesting because I feel like I do think that maybe he's coming close to. I don't really know the world of football, but I feel like there's been whispers about just in general him retiring while he's on top, kind of thing. But I almost wonder if they would stay in Kansas City. I feel like they have such they.
Once he retires, you mean?
Yeah, I feel. Well, I'm sure they have multiple properties around the world, but I feel like they both have so much heart in Kansas City. Like I feel like she has been so welcomed there, and she feels safe there.
And it would be out of all the hubbub of a place like New York or LA.
Yeah, which granted, they could, get a new place together in New York.
Right.
But I feel like they're going to keep their place in Kansas City.
Okay. I'm going to say move in together in New York.
Yeah, I put that specifically.
Okay.
And moves to NYC.
NYC.
Okay, another prediction from moi. I think it's it wouldn't be the first time that she does it, but it has been a while since she's done it. But I think she could make a surprise appearance on someone else's stage.
Okay.
So a surprise appearance at Sabrina Carpenter's shows, at Gracie Abrams' shows. They're both going to be on tour around Europe, I believe, this upcoming year. So I could see, she's on break and she's out supporting them and making a little surprise appearance, which would be really crazy. But I'm going to say that. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Every January brings you 365 blank pages just waiting to be filled. And don't read the last page, but I stay. And look, in 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's a part of your story that you want to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that quickly fade when the new year smell starts to wear off. So think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write these new chapters. I know that I personally tend to feel overwhelmed when I get to these New Year's resolutions for myself. Recently, I talked to my therapist about how I don't want to set myself up for failure or disappoint myself if I don't meet my goals. And she helped me rephrase my way of thinking, more so to think of resolutions as supporting characters and not so much a finish line. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, and you can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/TaylorSwiftFan today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TaylorSwiftFan.
I have several. I just narrowed mine down to, I think we were supposed to do 8 each. And then I lost one because we both thought about the Ticketmaster. So I moved another one up. So I have more. But here's what I'm going with. She will announce something with Dreamscape in it. Maybe the movie, something.
Where have I heard Dreamscape before?
She's used it in captions. It's in the Eras Tour book. It's something that's come up a lot. I don't know what she's going to announce, but there will be Dreamscape in it.
Okay.
All right. I will make the bold prediction that Taylor will be on the cover of Vogue. Grace that cover, Taylor.
Okay, so I also had something similar like that because I said she would do some sort of extended interview, and I said either with Vogue or with the New Heights podcast. But I had Vogue on here.
I mean, you and I could combine to say Vogue, but then you could also do a separate New Heights podcast.
I'll say interview and cover of Vogue. And then separately, I had said that she would go on the New Heights podcast.
Love it. All right, so now how many more do we need? 2 more?
We need 3 more.
3 more?
So 1 each.
All right.
1 each.
Yeah. Have we determined that she's going to announce debut? Because we've had some hinting about debut.
Yeah. I said specifically I'd Lie would be on the track list. But do you want to say, like, announce debut Taylor's version?
Yeah, I'd like to say announce debut Taylor's version.
Okay.
And that gives us another option for debut.
Yes.
That's not as specific as adding that song to the album. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Lacey, final suggestion or prediction?
Legally Blonde 3 is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's going to write a new song for Legally Blonde 3.
Oh, that's really great.
That'd be cool. I'd love that. It would be a very pretty song, I would assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty.
That's a really good prediction, Lacey. My final prediction. Ooh, I have a few to pick from.
We can still say our runner-up predictions, too.
Okay, our runner-up predictions, our bonus.
They don't count for points.
They don't count for points, but they're honorable mentions.
They're mentioned.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go with. I think Taylor likes to, go out and have girls' nights. I think we're going to see a girls' night out with Taylor and Kylie Kelsey.
Oh, cool. That'd be fun. Mm-hmm. Maybe a bachelorette party for Taylor. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, is that it? Are we
full?
full?
Yeah, that's it. That's our 2025 bingo board.
I love
predictions. Do you want me to just run down them to recap? We have an announcement for a tour that would happen in 2026. Announcement of Reputation Taylor's version. I'd Lie would be featured on debut Taylor's version. She will make a red carpet debut with Travis at the Met Gala. Taylor and Travis would attend a fashion show. Taylor Swift starts a record label. Taylor's version docuseries. Eras tour documentary. Learn more about the movie that Taylor's directing. Reveal that the movie Taylor is directing is based on characters in her music. Nikki Glaser and Taylor Swift will finally meet. She'll start planning a new online ticketing system for concerts. She will wear curly hair to the Grammys to tease debut Taylor's version. Taylor and Travis engagement announcement. Name drop and Tay praise from Meryl Streep. Reputation Taylor's version gets a Grammy nomination. Travis Kelce retires from football and moves to New York City with Taylor. Surprise guest on someone else's stage like Sabrina or Gracie. Announce something with Dreamscape in it. Interview and cover of Vogue. Taylor appearance on the New Heights podcast. Announce debut Taylor's version. Song for Legally Blonde 3 soundtrack. And Taylor and Kylie Kelsey Girls Night Out.
All those sound wonderful.
So that's our 2025 Taylor Swift Cinematic Universe.
Man, Taylor's going to be busy this year. I did have one honorable mention of things that I did not say.
Okay, let me make
my prediction was going to be that she is going to announce a charitable foundation. Because I was trying to Google, I don't know if she necessarily has a foundation like the Taylor Swift Foundation gave X to this cause. She does donate to individuals when it comes up, but I'm thinking an official charitable foundation.
If that becomes a thing, I would like to apply for a job there.
Oh my gosh, how incredible.
I know.
Did anybody else have any honorable mentions they wanted to say?
Yeah, I had write a song with Sabrina Carpenter.
Ooh,
that'd be good.
Be the cutest flower girl and give a speech at Selena Gomez's wedding. I was a flower girl as an adult because no one ever asked me whenever I was a kid. Yeah, I did look different. Maybe that was why. But, yeah, I was a flower girl as an adult. And I think Taylor Swift would make a beautiful flower girl. And also drop a fragrance line. I do think that we are getting something merch from Taylor Swift, something different that her fans can buy up. And I would love it for it to be a perfume. Bring those perfumes back, girly.
Yeah, do you think it would be like a new line or would it be like Wonderstruck 2.0?
I think it would be, she could do one for every era.
Yeah,
so it could, So I think it would be something different. She could do something from every album.
Yeah. My honorable mentions were that she would make an appearance on SNL.
Oh, okay.
That she would share another recipe with us. I feel like she's over the years shared a handful of recipes from cookies and things like that we haven't gotten a new one in a while. We know that she makes homemade Pop-Tarts for the football players. So maybe getting the recipe. And then I also had that she would do an exclusive interview on the 13 podcast.
Whoa, bold prediction. I understand why you did not make that an official prediction.
But now that points are on the line.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing that, ladies. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be fun to keep up with this. A nice little game that we can follow all year long.
It's fun to just see what Taylor Swift has in store. We don't know. We've been so fed by the Eras Tour the last 2 years.
I know.
Now, what is her plan? What does she have going on? What does she want to do? She's in her I do what I want era.
I know. And I do feel like she has a very, very well-deserved just break.
Yeah.
But she's such a creative and hardworking individual that I think it's hard for her to not be creating in some shape, way, or form for too long. So we'll just see. We'll see what her little mind is cooking up. I'm excited.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us all of 2024, and we look forward to 2025 with all of our lobsters.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, lobsters. If you have not already, please subscribe to us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on. All the ways to get in touch with us are in the description of this podcast. And you can also find everything about us at the13podcast.net.
And don't forget, speaking of lobsters, to join us in our exclusive Lobster Lounge. Station.page/13 is where you can find that. We've got some great giveaways coming up that you will be registering for really soon. And in the meantime, just pop in there, share any thoughts, theories. Tell us what's on your bingo board. Let us know what you think Taylor Swift has in store for this year. And just make sure and drop a comment once you get there so we can reach out to you and say, hey. That's station.page/13.
Thanks for listening. The 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.